Hey there, I'm Donnie, and it's hard to believe, but Autodesk University 2016 is just about upon us. It will be underway this time next week. And as a 10-year veteran to the conference, I wanted to take the opportunity to share my top 10 survival tips for Autodesk University 2016. So my first tip is relatively simple, and that is to register early. Once you get checked into your hotel room and all of that good stuff, you do need to go down and get your badge and check in essentially to the conference. Now, the closer you get to the start of the conference, the longer those lines tend to become. And so my recommendation to you is as soon as you check in, going down there to the registration hall and get signed in. The registration hall is open on both Sunday and Monday before the conference officially gets underway on Tuesday morning. So my second tip is to dress comfortably yet professionally. What I mean by that is, while you will certainly see some people there in business suits and some others wearing blue jeans, I would recommend striking the balance somewhere in between. Typically sort of that business casual pair of khakis and a collared shirt. You'll be perfectly fine throughout the conference. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is do not underestimate the importance of comfortable shoes. Your hotel room to the conference center can be about a mile walk, in fact. Even though it's all under a single roof, it can be quite the hike from your hotel room to AU itself. So certainly wear comfortable shoes during the conference. So speaking of comfort, my third tip is to stay hydrated. In fact, I would recommend bringing a water bottle along with you so you can drink as much water as you possibly can during the conference. Along the lines of hydration, also, I would recommend bringing some chapstick. You are in the middle of the desert. Your lips will certainly dry out, especially talking to people throughout the day. And so stay hydrated and you will stay comfortable during the conference. So continuing the trend of comfort tips, my fourth tip is one for your room, and that is when you check into the hotel, ask for a humidifier to be brought up to your room. The hotel will bring it up to your room free of charge, and it will certainly let you get a much better night's sleep, especially if you come from a more humid environment than that of Las Vegas. So jumping into your conference experience itself, my fifth tip is to download the Autodesk University mobile application. You can download it right now. In fact, before you even get out to Vegas, you can find it over in the Google Play or Apple App Store, depending if you're an Android or iPhone user. And it will essentially be your passport to all things AU. When you sign in, your entire class schedule will be there. You'll also be able to communicate with other people who are also at the conference. It is an essential piece, in my opinion, of surviving Autodesk University. So the mobile application is great. However, it can take a little while to launch it and navigate to your schedule and all of that. And if all you need to do is figure out where you need to be at a certain period of time, your calendar app can oftentimes be the better resource. And so my sixth tip is to download your class schedule to whatever calendar app you use. If you use Google Calendars or Outlook or whatever that might be, download your entire class schedule to that application. In addition to that, keeping in mind that many classes will have a standby line. If there is a class that you couldn't quite get into, most classes will have that standby line. So I would encourage you to go ahead and add that as a secondary event to your calendar so you can see if one class doesn't perhaps play out so well, that you can maybe jump over into another very easily. So keeping in mind that the last two tips have been related to the use of your smartphone during the conference, it goes without saying that your battery is probably going to be dead by the end of the day. And so with that, my seventh tip is to pack either your phone charger and/or pack a battery pack with you as well, so you can recharge your phone during the day. Chances of your phone making it from the time you leave your room in the morning to the very end of the day is slim to none. So I'd highly encourage you to pack some juice for your phone so you can get through the day. So continuing down the path of using technology at the conference, my eighth tip is to protect yourself digitally. What I mean by that is the Autodesk University conference will have free Wi-Fi, but with that, it is an open network. And so I'd highly encourage you to make sure that your firewall is configured as well as your antivirus software is up to date. You don't want any bad things happening to your computer while you are at the conference. So my ninth tip is quite simply to attend the keynotes. The opening keynote on Tuesday morning will really set the stage for the rest of the week. And by contrast, the closing keynote on Thursday will bring it all together as you're getting ready to go home and apply everything you've learned during the week back home. So last but not least, my 10th tip for surviving Autodesk University is quite simply to have fun. There's so many wonderful things to see and do and people to meet at Autodesk University. In fact, I would challenge everyone to make a conscious effort to go and speak to somebody outside of your industry. If you're an AEC person, find somebody in manufacturing. If you're manufacturing, find somebody in media and entertainment. I can tell you firsthand that some of the most engaging conversations I've had at Autodesk University over the years is discussing sort of challenges that I've had in my certain industry and seeing how some of the other industries are solving very similar problems in theirs. So there you have it. That is my top 10 list for surviving Autodesk University 2016. I'm Donnie Gladfelter. I look forward to seeing you next week in Vegas.